Hello, welcome to this video. I'm wearing my glasses as my notes are right behind my screen and I can't read well. So, today we're going to be reviewing Mercurial World by Magdalena Bay. Now, this just has a lot punched into it. So let's just get right into it, huh? So, the opener, like I said, always got to talk about the opener first. It's great. Despite it only being 30 seconds long, like, its melody and instrumentals just kick you in and just give you a whole bunch of like what your first impression of the album is going to be. It's great. It manages to pull you in just 30 seconds, which is pretty impressive. And then it transitions well into the title track. The melodies are amazing. The kick drum beats tight, catchy. Yeah, the title track's amazing. Mercurial World. And when it and then we go to Dawning of the Season. I just love throughout like some of the songs, I just love the use of bass. And as you know me, I play the bass, so I like paying attention to the bass in music. I just love it, especially in the songs Dawning of the Season, which is of course the third track of the album. Secrets, Your Fire, and Domino. Oh, love Domino. We'll reach there eventually, pretty soon. But yes, Dawning of the Season's great. And what I love is that it like covers multiple areas of electronic music, and it feels like it's like computer generated electropop perfection, but it just still feels soulful and has a lot of personality to it. And that's just a great balance to try to achieve and have. As I just love sci-fi concepts, especially if it crosses over in music. If you have any sci-fi music albums, feel free to recommend them. But yes, I love electronic music, and this is just great. Yeah. And just each track transitions to each other really smoothly. Especially, the one where it's the beginning to the end, and it's just a never-ending loop. That's great. That is great. Then there's You Lose. It's a great standout track. It's like combines shoegaze elements with pop. It creates a sick tune, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I think the shoegaze elements and pop sound really cool if you combine them well. Kind of like the vibes of like Nighttime My Time by Sky Ferreira. I once saw a tweet where it said Sky Ferreira was just shoegaze lord. Okay, as I digress, let me come back to here. The use of progression in each song throughout the album is just really smooth and good. It just really puts it in the name of progressive pop because how good it uses its progression. Man, prog can be really good if it's pulled off well, because sometimes I just can't be into prog that much lately, because sometimes it comes off as like overcomplicated and pretentious at times, but I just think this album's very down to earth and very accessible, so even the regular, radio pop listener can listen to this and love it, I bet. It's unique but still accessible, which is really cool. And I can see some like creative derivative influences such as Caro Caro Bonito, some elements of PC music, and Grimes a bit, but still it's forming a sound of its own. And honestly, it sounds ahead of its time. I could see it aging really well and still sounding fresh in like 5 to 10 years. Like, give it some time and it will be a benchmark in pop music. It should be now. And I just love the house elements of the synths and instrumentals in general, especially in Cherry. Oh, that's great. And for that to be its first single from Mercurial World, just really opened it up. Like, each single of that album just hyped me up, and it was probably one of my most anticipated releases this year, because it was announced like a couple months ago. I was listening to Secrets You Are Fire on repeat for like a good amount of time. It also like it uses its house elements very well, just making the album vibey and danceable at the same time. And I think that's just the ultimate goal of house music in general. Man, I love house music. Ah, then there's Prophecy. I just love the use of strings inside of this song, and it's interesting using the word prophecy as a form of an affection song. Like, let me be your prophecy, you know? Like, good for you. And I like the vocal effects used in some of the song, well, two of the songs, which is Follow the Leader, which is the next song. Follow the Leader has like a distorted and robotic effect, and it's just like how Micah wasn't afraid to use different vocal effects throughout the album and executed it really well when it was the right time to. Also, I mentioned before, You Lose having a shoegazy like vocal effect, which is pretty cool. And the beginning's a great closer, despite it being like 4 minutes, which is pretty contrasting to the end being 30 seconds. It's really upbeat, catchy chorus. It like feels like it's cheering you on, you know? Especially the last chorus with a bunch of backup vocals. It's great. Overall, it's just an amazing pop album, and it's definitely my pop album of the year. And like, I don't even know my album of the year, because I'm just really conflicted between this one and Little Sims. They've both really popped off releasing their albums. And honestly, okay, I'm back. I had some technical difficulties. But yes, on to the scoring. I really loved this album. I think I would give it a strong 9 to a 10.